December 19, 1944, Bastogne, Belgium. Snow fell steadily across the Ardennes, muffling sound and slowing movement. Temperatures hovered well below freezing. Roads were choked with ice, abandoned vehicles, and retreating civilians. Bastogne, a quiet Belgian crossroads town, sat at the center of 7 major roads. Whoever controlled it controlled movement across the southern Ardennes. 4 days earlier, the German army had launched its winter offensive. Panzer divisions punched through thin American lines, aiming for the Meuse River. Speed mattered. Bastogne stood in the way. Inside the town and its surrounding villages were fragments of American units rushed in with little preparation. Among them was Combat Command B of the 10th Armored Division. One of its forward elements, Team Desobry, numbered just over 400 men. They were tankers, infantry, engineers, and artillerymen, armed with a handful of M4 Shermans, M18 Hellcats, half-tracks, and towed guns. Many had arrived without winter gear. Ammunition was limited. Air support was grounded by weather. On December 19, Team Desobry was ordered north to the village of Noville, less than 5 miles from Bastogne. Intelligence was uncertain, but German armor was moving fast. Holding Noville meant buying time. Failing meant opening the road straight into Bastogne. By dawn on December 20th, German forces approached in strength. Elements of the 2nd Panzer Division and Panzer Lehr, supported by infantry, advanced toward the village. Their numbers reached into the thousands. Tanks moved through fog and snow, engines echoing across frozen fields. The Americans dug in along the low ridges and narrow roads around Noville. Shermans were positioned hull down behind stone buildings. Tank destroyers covered open approaches. Infantry scraped foxholes into frozen ground with entrenching tools and bare hands. The first German probes came mid-morning. They were beaten back. Then the main attack followed. Panzer IVs and Panthers rolled forward, firing at close range. German infantry advanced behind them, using smoke and terrain. American gunners waited until targets filled their sights. At under 500 yards, Shermans opened fire. Tank destroyers struck from concealed positions, then displaced before return fire found them. By midday, Noville was under full assault. Buildings burned. Radio lines were cut. German artillery pounded the village. One American tank was knocked out after another. Casualties mounted. Still, the line held. As the day wore on, the imbalance became clear. Team Desobry faced repeated attacks by forces numbering many times their own. German pressure came from multiple directions. Ammunition dwindled. Medical evacuation was impossible. That evening, German armor broke into Noville itself. Fighting turned into close-range engagements among houses and barns. American crews fought until vehicles burned or guns jammed. Infantry fell back by squads, covering each other through the smoke. By nightfall, the order came to withdraw. Team Desobry pulled back toward Bastogne under fire, bringing their wounded and abandoning wrecked equipment. Of the original force, dozens were killed or captured. Most vehicles were lost, but the road was still closed. For nearly 2 full days, fewer than 500 Americans had delayed elements of multiple German divisions, forces totaling thousands of men and hundreds of vehicles. That delay mattered. Behind them, the 101st Airborne Division completed its defense of Bastogne. Engineers laid mines. Artillery registered targets. Infantry sealed the perimeter. When German forces finally reached the town in full strength, the window for a rapid breakthrough was gone. Days later, surrounded and short on supplies, the Americans at Bastogne refused a German surrender demand with a single word: nuts. When the skies cleared, Allied aircraft dropped ammunition and medical supplies. On December 26, Patton's Third Army broke through from the south. The German offensive stalled. Bastogne held. The standby Team Desobry did not decide the war by itself, but it altered timing at a critical moment. In a battle defined by roads, weather, and hours, 402 Americans bought time with steel, discipline, and loss. They were not meant to win. They were meant to delay, and they did.